And now, put your hands together for integrity partner and senior board member of Family First Life America, Grady Polcyn.
My name is what? Excuse me.
What a day so far. I think I've cried more today than I have at my kid's birth. It's just an emotional day, right? You build yourself up, push yourself down, have some self-revelation, look inside, look within, look around. A lot of good people we're surrounded by here at FFL, and it's a humbling experience to be able to share the stage with so many other great people. So they say that the people who wait to the last trainers of the day make the most money. So you should be very proud of yourselves. You're going to be the most successful people coming out of this conference. That's what they say. So what I want to run through real quick for you guys is 5 steps to hit vice president. Okay, is that something we'd like to learn more about? Did we enjoy the trainer panel that we had up here a little bit ago? Right, so they've decided to build a business. Two muscles we talk about at FFL all the time. We're always trying to get bigger, right? We're trying to build our selling muscle, increase our skill set. Trying to build our building muscle, how to hire people, introduce them, be a good example, be good stewards of the business, be good shepherds for them, guide them, lead them, challenge them, love them. That's what we do here at FFL. So I want to talk to you about 5 steps to become a vice president. What I want to talk about first is the reasons why you would want to do so, right? Let's talk about the why first, and then we'll get into the exact how. Okay, first things first. Does anyone know how much volume it takes to hit vice president? Perfect. Okay, what do you get at 100? Your logo, right? Who doesn't want a logo? Right? Everyone, you get your own logo. That's a pretty cool thing. I thought the logo was kind of an interesting thing. It's like a little badge. It's something that you have, something that your team wears. I got people that put it on their business cards, on their shirts. Eric Anthony got it tattooed on his calf, right? You get your own logo. And so, that's a very, what would I say, some of a superficial type thing, right? The logo. But let's talk a couple more things, a little bit deeper, right? Vice president bonus. Who doesn't want free money from Sean? All right, free money from Sean. Dave Witcher, would you mind sharing what your bonus was last month? $107,000. $107,000. That is pretty cool. That's free money from Sean, non-charge backable. That's a reason to hit vice president. Let's talk a little bit deeper. How about an elite crowd to network with? An elite crowd to network with. There's nothing greater than getting around other people who have the same like mindset as yours, but then be able to bounce ideas off them. I talked to Andrew about real estate, and I talked to Sean about investing, and these are conversations with men that I would never be allowed in the door, but now since I decided to build a business and become a good steward of this business, I have access to them. That's a big thing for you to think about, is you're here trying to become the best version of yourself. Who are the people that you're going to get around? That's a good value. Next couple things, one would be your growing team. Your growing team to bounce ideas off of. And what I mean by that is that as you're out there in the field, you're out there on the far side of town, an hour and a half away from your house, it's 8:30 at night, and you're fighting the good fight trying to go protect that family. The thing is that when you're out there leading from the front, and yes, there's exceptions and people that can build this business without being in the field. There's also a rule to this business, is that leaders lead from the front by selling. And I like that rule because I sold in the field, Sean sold in the field, Andrew sold in the field, Trey sold in the field, Dave sold in the field, and that puts you in a position where you can coach people. I can't tell you about diabetes if I've never been in the field trying to figure out what the heck metformin is, right? That's an important part about this business. So for understanding that is that as you start to build a team and get towards vice president, you now have people that are in the same fight as you that you can bounce ideas off of. I learn things from Jordan all the time. I learn things from Nina. Heck, anyone use the FFL USA boot camp to get through training? Right? Pretty cool concept we have. So we've got this issue where we get people done insurance bay, and it takes 7 days for them to get their American number. So we're like, what do we do? Well, why don't we create something that they can get trained from? Well, Alexander Strait decided, hey, man, why don't we invent some sort of like training platform? People can go through it, learn a bunch of stuff, and come out of the backside educated and starting at their writing numbers. I learned that from Alex. So that's the thing, guys, as you start to build a team, you put yourself in a position where you can communicate with other people and get ideas off of them because they're fighting the same fight as you. And last thing, I would say the reason to do it, and then I'll get into the reasons how, is you can create a legacy. Creating a legacy, building a team of passive income that you can put in place. You introduce someone to this business, you're a good steward, good shepherd, you teach them how to sell insurance, and you make 5% of what they sell because you taught them how to do it. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool. So let's talk about how. Number 1, sell. That's it, we talked about it already. So there's 5 things, write them down if you want to. You don't have to. Number 1, sell. And why I say sell is because then it gives you capital invest. We talk about this constantly. The people sitting here on the stage, they sell insurance, and what allows them to go back and invest. And when you can invest your money into staff, into more leads, into office space, it puts you in a position where you now, not only do you have money, not only do you have more financial breathing room, but you've got bragging rights. You've got credibility. You've got something that when you talk to someone and I say, hey, John, thanks for filling out the ad. What did you like about our high commission insurance sales program? He goes, well, I thought it was interesting. I liked what this and that said. The comp was cool. And I go, perfect. Yeah, man, I started this thing 3 months ago. I made $27,000 last month. That's pretty crazy. That's something that most people, like everyone that we know outside of this room, doesn't make. And that's a recruiting asset you have by going out there and selling a lot. So number 2, lead by example. And one thing Andrew Taylor taught me was the 10-10-10 plan. And what I like about it, it makes it simple. You either get all 10, 3 10s, or you don't. First 10, sell $10,000 in a week. Second 10, put 10 people in class. Third 10, put 10 people in contracting. And as we're brand new, that might seem daunting, but the reality is all it is leads and time. Are you going to sleep each night exhausted? Are you going to sleep each night putting your head on the pillow with pride and excitement and confidence for what you've just created throughout the past 12 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours of the day? Or are you going to bed, well rested and going, I'm kind of doing this thing, I'm giving it a try, honey. And I didn't have the luxury of giving it a try, honey. Right? I'd made no money before I started here. The year before I started this at Family First Life, I made $42,000 trying to take care of 3 kids in an apartment. Had to borrow money from my parents for Christmas presents the year before I started here. And then you just decide to go change everything and follow people that have what you want, and they'll give the time to you because you're doing what they tell you to do, and everything can change for you. So think about the 10-10-10 plan if you're looking for structure to put in your business. Number 3, hire staff. That comes back from capital. I like hiring staff because if I look at my business and I reflect on the time when I hired Jade, she's my first staff member, my business, our team has grown 100 times since I hired Jade. I was doing $100,000. We were doing $100,000 a month when I hired her, and this year we should end at $10 million a month. Hire staff. And why I say that is because it puts a lot of pressure on you, which you need, right? You need, because the new agent phenomena says I made $27,000 last month. Let's go to Cabo, right? And the problem with that is you don't need to go to Cabo. You need to go make another 27, another 27, another 27, and build the bricks of your business so that way that you can go out there and introduce this to other people. So I love hiring staff because it puts a little bit more pressure. It also takes relief and allows you to delegate the things that you're not great at. Number 4, get a good recruiting program. And whether it is social media, whether it is ZipRecruiter, Indeed, Craigslist, Facebook job posts, put yourself in a position where you're spending money. See, the good thing about pressure is this, right? When you have an apartment you rent and a car you lease and a phone bill, there's not a lot of pressure. When you got a lead bill, a staff member, office space, and you've got a recruiting campaign, there's a little bit more pressure, right? You either find your pressure or you stay where you are. Pressure is good. Pressure makes diamonds, right? A little cliche, but you get what I'm saying, right? But pressure puts you in a position where you have to perform. And when you have that pressure from the business, investing in a recruiting campaign, whatever it is, whether it's $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, Clay Sweet's in here, he spent $5,000 a month over the last 12 months, which is $60,000 he's invested. When he first started, his team was doing about $40,000. Last month, his team did $400,000 because he invests in a hiring campaign and investing in having new people to talk to each and every day, each and every week. And that's a big challenge, right? You post a social media post, which feels cool, like I'm doing something. The challenge is if no one responds, you didn't work. You just posted a picture of someone who made a lot of money and you're now you're not talking to anybody. You have to be talking on the phone to exhaust yourself each and every night. So have a recruiting campaign. And number 5, plug in. Plug your agents in our Facebook group, into our email list, into our text blast, into anything you possibly can. Get them on the corporate TNLs. I personally opted hundreds of people. I don't know if you're supposed to do this. Don't tell Sizer. But I personally opted people who did not ask for it into the corporate email list. I got the link and I just put them on, and I didn't make it started to work. But I would tell you that to get FFL in front of people as much as possible, and a bonus point would be to teach this and repeat. And I'll tell you guys that if you'll do everything you can to progress your business forward each and every day, then you can slam your car door. You can slam your finger in a car door before dinner, and you don't have to worry about the hospital bill. So with that, I love Steven Rosario and appreciate you all. Have a great day.